Hello, family. With the new year approaching, it's time to start thinking about filing your taxes. And did you know that you can actually get your taxes filed for free? If you go to the IRS's website, which is at www.irs.gov, in the search field here, you type in the word VITA or VITA, it's VITA, and it will bring you eventually to a screen that looks like this. And it's free tax return preparation for qualifying taxpayers. Of course, everyone is not qualified for the free service. However, it's usually for people who make $60,000 or less, which is a good number of people. So if you go to this website, the name of the service is VITA or VITA, is their voluntary income tax assistance and also tax counseling for the elderly. They have programs that will actually file your taxes for free if you qualify. How I learned about this program is during I have actually a master's and a bachelor's in accounting. And during my bachelor's degree studying, while I was going to school, I actually helped and volunteered to work doing the free tax service one year, and it was actually a pretty good experience. But anyway, let's read through this. The VITA program has operated for over 50 years. It has sites that offer free tax help to people who need assistance in preparing their own tax returns. And actually, it says assistance in preparing your own tax returns, but you go there with your paperwork and they actually file it for you. It says, in addition to VITA, the TCE program, which is for the elderly, offers free tax help, particularly for those over 60 years of age and older, specializing in questions about pensions and retirement-related issues unique to seniors. And it says, while the IRS manages the VITA and TCE programs, the VITA TCE sites are operated by IRS partners and staffed by volunteers, which I was one of a few years ago. Well, it's been more than a few years ago, who want to make a difference in their communities. The IRS certified volunteers who provide tax counseling are often retired individuals associated with nonprofit organizations that receive grants from the IRS. And like I said, I actually did this through the school I was going to, the university I was going to. The IRS, they sent out instructors, and we took like a 2-week class to actually learn how to prepare the taxes for individuals according to IRS standards. And then we were able to begin to go out into the neighborhood and actually file taxes. The services are not only free, they are also a reliable and trusted source for preparing tax returns. It says all volunteers who prepare returns must take and pass tax law training that meets or exceeds IRS standards. This training includes maintaining the privacy and confidentiality of all taxpayer information. In addition to requiring volunteers to certify their knowledge of the tax laws, the IRS requires a quality review check for every return prepared at a VITA/TCE site prior to filing. Each filing season, tens of thousands of dedicated VITA TCE volunteers prepare millions of federal and state returns. They also assist taxpayers with the preparation of thousands of facilitated self-assistance returns. And it has on here, before you visit, it has a link where it tells you what to bring to the site. You need proof of ID, your Social Security card for your spouse, and your dependents. If you have an ITIN number that was assigned to you, because usually they assign them to you because of fraud or something. It's a substitution for a social security number. Bring that with you as well. Proof of foreign status if you are applying for an ITIN. Birth dates for you, your spouse, and your dependents. Wage and earning statements, so you need your W-2s, any 1099s, 1099Rs, 1099 miscellaneous. If you received unemployment, you would need that as well. A copy of how much you received from unemployment, because unemployment is taxable income. Entrance in dividend statements from the bank. Your health insurance exemption certificate if received. So that would be usually at the end of the year, your insurance company will send you a form showing that you had health insurance for the year. You need a copy of that. A copy of last year's federal and state returns. It says if available, but if you have them, it's better to bring them. That way you can file your taxes. You can e-file, which is a lot faster. You get your money back faster if you're getting a refund. But you can only do that if you have access to last year's taxes if you filed them, because your information on your last year's taxes is actually used as your signature. Now, if this is your first year filing, just let them know that, and they can use 0 as the amount. You'll need proof of bank account, routing numbers, and account numbers if you want to get your money back as a direct deposit. Now, file taxes. They usually file for single, head of household, and married filing joint returns. So if you're filing married, filing joint, both spouses need to be there in order to sign the return. Okay, now when I was doing this, if you're filing married, filing separate, we weren't allowed to do your taxes. So you might want to check into this. Call the site. If you want to file married filing separately, you might want to call the site prior to going, because like I said, I've done it. It wasn't quite 20 years ago, but it was close, maybe about 15 years ago. But we weren't allowed to file married filing separate returns. Also, if you have dependents and you pay for daycare service, bring the letter or the information that has the daycare provider's information, including their tax ID number and the amount that you paid them. Now, the forms for the health coverage statements are forms 1095. You would either get an A, B, or C, depending on if you received Obamacare, which is the Affordable Care Act, or ACH, or if you received health care through your employer. So that's a list of all the items that you need to bring if you want to use the service. Now, to find a location near you, you go down here where it says find a VITA or TCE site near you, and you use the locator tool. Just click on that, put in your zip code, and it will find the closest ones to you. But it's really easy, and you just call. Sometimes you may have to make an appointment. We had it where you just walked in. We were there on Saturdays from say 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and you were able to just walk right in and get your taxes filed, long as you had all of your paperwork. Okay. For more information, you can go to the irs.gov website, and all the information is right here. Like I said, in the search engine, just type in VITA. Okay. Have a good day. Hopefully this helps you.